Hi again, Ian Dainty here, and today we're going to move forward with question 58 of 101 questions for marketing growth and business growth. And question 58 is, in B2B sales, how does your team overcome objections? Now, I want to deal on one objection today, but it's very important that you understand. Yesterday we talked about a lot of the objections you're going to get, and I want to show you particularly one that a lot of people struggle with, but it's a way you answer all of objections. Now, here's one way to do it. It's one of those, what do you mean you don't want any, with all the boys around? It's kind of like, let me give you an offer you can't refuse. So that's one way of doing it, I guess. But, that doesn't last long, is it, if you try and bully somebody into something? And believe me, a lot of salespeople try and do that. They bully people into wanting something. Very difficult in a B2B sale with so many people obviously influencing the decision in a B2B sale. But anyway, you get the idea here that you just can't do that. The biggest objection that people worry about, and if you can handle this one, you can handle anyone. Although this is usually one of the, out of the 6 or 7 major objections, this is usually 6 or 7. But let's look at this one, and that one is your price is too high. Okay, so you're going to get that all the time. And how do we overcome this objection? So let's look at some of the things that you can do. Well, here's one way you can do it. They say your price is too high. You handle the price objection, or you offer them a cheaper price. Well, I'd like to handle the price objection than offering them a cheaper price. You can do that, but you better make sure that you know what you're doing, and I'm going to show you how to do that the right way as opposed to just lowering your price, which then puts you in a commodity position, and that's what you got to be afraid of. You can't end up just lowering your price because they ask, because then you become a commodity. And what happens is you just keep lowering and lowering and lowering your price, so you're not making any money, you're out of business. A lot of companies end up like that. So that is not the answer, offering a cheaper price, unless, and I'll get into that in a sec. So how do you handle price objection? Well, the first thing you want to do is get an explanation why. Just ask them, why do you think my price is too high? And let them go from there. They may say, well, your competitors have a lot cheaper price, and listen to what they're saying. Your competitors offer a cheaper price. So, you want to play on that word, cheap maybe. But you've got to ask why my price is too high. Why do you think my price is too high? That's the first thing you do. Don't panic. Don't do anything. Just say, why do you think it's too high? And then repeat their answer. So whatever answer they give you, which is, you think my price is too high because our competitors offer you a cheaper price. And I accent the word cheaper because that's what you want them to think, is that they're going to get something cheap. And what you want to do is go through, so make sure that's what you want to do. You want to make sure you understand the question. You may say, so what I'm hearing from you is this: you think our price is too high because the competitors, or you think our price is too high because you don't believe you can afford it, or you think our price is too high for whatever reason. So make sure you repeat what they tell you when you ask them. That's the first thing to do, is ask them why it's too high. Then what you want to do, if you haven't already done it, is you want to find out what the lifetime value of a client is for them. Okay, now they might not know that. So what you want to do is step them through that. Say, okay, after you've repeated their answer, you think it's too high, what you want to do then is say, just so that I understand your complete situation here, let me, I just need to want to confirm or get a little bit more information, whatever it is. What's the lifetime value of your client? Okay, that's what you want to understand. Or what is the ROI of you putting in a system here? What's the return on your investment? They might not know that, okay? So depending on what you're doing, what's the productivity improvement that you believe you'll get by putting in this system, whether we put it in or somebody else puts it in? Okay, so understand the lifetime value of what they're going to do. And they may say, well, we're going to save 2 people this year. Well, how long will the system last then? Well, the system we expect will last minimum 3 years, probably 5. So let's say, all right, let's say it just lasts 3 years, and they're going to say, we're going to save 2 people, so let's say $50,000, $100,000 this year, and your system costs 100, say. Okay, so the first year you break even, but then for the next 3 years, they're still going to save that $100,000. So what you're going to say is, so for $100,000, you're going to get a $400,000 return. So understand what when I say the lifetime value of the program or the system or whatever you're doing, what is it for your client? Okay? What is the lifetime value, savings, productivity, profit gain, revenue gain, whatever it is? You got to understand that. And then you describe your value, which I just went through for you. My value is this. It's going to cost you $100,000 the first, or $100,000 the first time you put it in, and that's what you're going to save year one. So in year one, you got to break even, okay? And then year two, you're still going to save that 100,000. Year three, year four, year five, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So understand what their ROI is, return on investment. The return on investment, a lot of people confuse with break even. What's your break even point and what's your total return on investment are two totally different things, okay? Return on investment is the lifetime value that you have on that particular product or service that you're offering. So understand that. You must understand that in your business. I believe you should give a guarantee. Probably your competitors aren't giving that. So if you give a guarantee, we guarantee our work. If you're not getting that return on investment and we go through it properly with you, and you got to be careful of a guarantee too, particularly with a service or you're putting in a new system, that they use it properly, you train them properly, etc. So, and that's something that, I can talk to you with at another time. But a guarantee will really, really help that you guarantee your work. So that's another way of showing your value, guaranteeing your work. Now, if they still keep arguing with you, there's two things you can do. Three things you can do, actually. You could give them a cheaper price, which I don't agree with, because then you start becoming a commodity, and now they know they can knock you down on anything that you do. You can walk away from the situation, which may be your best bet, and you may say, well, I don't want to do that. Or you can have them give something to you. You could say, okay, we could do this. We could give you half. We could give you, knock 30% off the price if you wanted. But then we can't do this or this or this, okay? So are you willing to give that up for a 30% decrease? Because now what you got to be careful of when you do that is you're not putting in your full system and things could go wrong, and therefore you may not be able to deliver the value, like in number 4 here, that you've described to them. So you got to really be careful on that. The best thing sometimes is just walk away and say, look, we can't help you because you're not interested in value, you're just interested in cheapness, as they've said. So, I mean, you want to deal with clients or customers. I like the word client, particularly in a B2B situation, because you're helping them. You're looking over them. It's just not a customer. They buy something and walk away. So you've got to give them something. Let them understand what they're getting from you, the value you're getting, not the process, not the product, but the value you're getting, the benefits they're getting from you. And a lot of times you're just better to walk away and say, give me a call in a year when this thing doesn't work. My competitor's product doesn't work because of the price. Because they can't give you that, all of the stuff that we can give you, the service, the implementation, the guarantee, they can't give you that at that price. There's no way they can do it. Okay? So these are the things that you need to do to overcome objections. Not just a price objection, but this is just one. Overcome any objection. Understand what their situation is, what the ROI is. Understand what your ROI is, return on investment, not just payback, but ROI. If you have any questions, please email me at ian@b2businesscoach.com or give me a call. And also, please like this video so others can see it. I know people have trouble overcoming objections, and this is one way to do it. And the other thing is, please like it, as I mentioned. Please comment below and send me your questions, too, that you might have. Thanks a lot. Until next time.